Hello everyone. This is a short introduction to the law programme at the University of Cumbria. My name is Fiona Buchanan and I'll be talking you through this presentation together with my colleague Fiona Boyle. We're the joint programme leaders of the LLB degree here at the university. First, I'd like to thank you for being interested enough in our law programme to be listening to this presentation. We hope by the end that you'll see why we're so proud of the law degree here and hope you'll want to find out more. I'm going to start by telling you how we describe ourselves. We see ourselves as a small and innovative law school. We're committed to giving our students the best possible start to either a legal career or a different kind of career outside the legal world with the benefit of a well-respected, interesting and really useful legal education.
Okay, so on this slide we're going to talk a little bit about the course, and many of the things that are covered on this slide will be given more detail on subsequent slides. The first point is probably the most important, particularly this year, as those of you sitting A-levels or who had anticipating sitting A-levels may well be concerned about what grades you're going to get. So our usual entrance requirement is 112 UCAS points, and that generally equates to about a BBC A-level entry. We're very aware that things are different this year, that you may be feeling anxious about the grades that you're going to get, and some of you may be worried that they're not going to accurately reflect what your capabilities are. We're very happy to discuss any of this with you. If you want to email us first, there's an email address at the end of this presentation. And we want to be flexible. We want to make sure that we give places to people who are appropriate, who can deal with the course and who are interested in doing it. And that's our main criteria. So please do feel free to contact us. Just a couple of other things then that we'll go into some more detail later on. When you're choosing a law course, you need to think about the structure of the course. Many courses are similar, but there are some things that make ours different. And so I'll just run through some of these now. The second bullet point, we've got an embedded 3-year skills development programme, so we know that you need to know about the law, but we feel it's very important that you develop a number of skills that are relevant to working with the law, practicing in law if that's what you end up doing, or just generally skills that you can transfer into other areas of work and life. Another thing that makes our course slightly different to many other courses is that we don't have exams in the final third year. A lot of your degree classification, 70%, depends on your marks in the third year. And we find that not having exams gives our students the chance to really fulfill their potential and to develop the subjects that they're interested in and get the best marks possible. Another thing that we do to try and help everyone achieve their potential is to give you varied assessments. So, for example, you might have report writing, you might have some mock court or tribunal assessments, you might have to give advice, you might have to give an interview, you might have to reflect on some skills that you've used. We do have standard coursework written assignments too, and the only exams that we have are multiple choice test exams, so we don't have full essay type written exams, we just have multiple choice exams. Some of the modules that you'll do if you come to Cumbria to do your law degree: advocacy and persuasive speaking, so you'll learn how to present yourself in court, but also just to persuade people generally when public speaking. We like to focus on the changes that are coming in society generally and in the law, and so we take some time to think about digital law, how working online is relevant, how the courts are moving online, what the challenges are for the law in terms of dealing with digital media and digital information. We feel it's important to interact with the local community, and so in your third year you'll do a module where you work in groups to work with a community group and do some sort of real life legal work. And if you're interested, there's also an option for you to do a placement, and you can do that also in your final year. More detail later, but also just a final point. If you are thinking about the possibility of either qualifying as a barrister or as a solicitor, then it's useful to know that this law degree is fully accredited by both the Bar Standards Board and the Law Society.
On this slide and the next, I'm going to introduce you briefly to the law programmes that we have on offer at the University of Cumbria. We run both a 4-year LLB, which includes a foundation year from which you can join the 3-year LLB students after completing your foundation year. So on this slide you can see the 6 modules that make up the foundation year, which introduce you to a variety of essential skills and legal topics, as well as bringing in aspects of policing and criminology and criminal justice. You'll be taught alongside students joining those other degree programmes which are within our wider department in the university. And by the time you finish your foundational year, you'll be very well equipped to begin studying the full range of legal modules over the next 3 years of the LLB degree. On the next slide, you'll find the content of the 3-year LLB programme. This slide shows you the layout of the 3-year LLB programme. All the modules in year 1 are compulsory. You'll see there's 6 modules there. The academic year at the university is divided into semesters, and these modules are all semester long. So what that means is that when you start in year 1, you'll begin by studying legal skills and English and comparative legal systems and the law of torts at the same time in the same semester until December. And then when you come back after the vacation in January, you'll then study the next 3 modules: persuasive presentation and courtroom skills, citizen and state, which is sometimes in other universities referred to as public law or constitutional law or administrative law, and practical contract law. Those are your first year modules. Then in the second year, again, there are 6 modules to study. 5 of them this time are compulsory, and you do get a choice of one option in the second semester as your 6th module. Once you've completed year 1 and year 2, you've actually completed all the foundational legal subjects necessary for a qualifying law degree at the moment, and you'll have also completed all your examined subjects. As Fiona mentioned earlier, we don't have any examinations in year 3. So for the final year of the LLB, you will get to choose a dissertation to research in a topic of your choice and supervised by one of the law tutors. So you'll do a lot of independent research and reading and writing and preparation, and you'll also have a number of supervision meetings with the member of staff here who's your supervisor. And the dissertation module is a double module. That means that unlike all the other modules, it runs for the whole year, not just one semester. So you do it across the whole year, and it's worth 2 modules, if you like. So alongside the dissertation in year 3, you need to study 4 other modules. 2 of those are compulsory: business awareness and employment practice, which gives you a good grounding of understanding and experience of business practice. And also law in action, which Fiona mentioned in an earlier slide.
Because the numbers of students are relatively small compared to other university law courses, It means that all the staff are in the same office, and we have an open door policy. When you're around and we're around, then under usual circumstances, we're happy for you to come and see us in the office at any time. We've transposed that in current circumstances, and so our students can email us at any point, and we're getting back to them very quickly. We're also talking to them on the phone and doing Skype and other things if that's what students want, although generally they tend to prefer email and telephone calls. We provide one-to-one academic support, so if you've got any questions or problems with a particular module or something else that you're studying, then you can pick the most appropriate tutor and you can approach them and get some advice and help, guidance from any one of us. In terms of library support, we've got a physical law collection of texts in the library, which is based in Fusel Street, but we've got a vast collection of online databases, and so it's quite easy to access database information, case law, statute law, other guidance and e-books from wherever you happen to be. We've got a virtual learning environment where we put up lots of resources for each module, and we also have a general course notice board, and every student is enrolled on that, so it's a way to connect with your studies, and it's proved particularly useful currently when we've had to move online. All sorts of different resources can go on each module Blackboard site. We are very keen on helping you not just with your academic but with your personal development, and so there's some emphasis put on your own personal development and your identifying of things that you need to do based on that, and part of that is done through a personal tutor system. So when you begin your degree, you're allocated a personal tutor, and that's the person that you would generally talk to about personal development issues. We also have peer mentoring, so if you feel more comfortable talking to someone, for example, in the year above and asking them questions rather than one of the staff, then that's something that's available to all students. In terms of student societies, we've got a Student Law Society and a Mooting Society, which arranges local and national competitions where students do a particular kind of debate, which in law is called a moot. The Student Law Society also helps to organise our National Law Conference, which is a conference open to external participants. Particularly we tend to get schools coming along to that. And finally, just to say that for career planning, for making applications, for supporting you when you're practicing for interviews, this is particularly in your final year, then both the law staff and the university generally offer a whole range of different ways in which we can help you think about the experience and the skills that you need to get, where you want to go, and how you can best take advantage of any opportunities that are out there.
In terms of graduate prospects, a law degree is a very useful and flexible and well-respected qualification. You may already be interested in joining the solicitor's profession or barrister's profession, or you might be looking at a different career path, or at the moment you might be unsure of your career path but looking to study something that's interesting, that gives you a good range of useful skills that are adaptable to a range of different jobs. This slide gives you some information about the new system for qualification as a solicitor after you've become a graduate. There is a link on the page to the SRA website, that's the Solicitors Regulation Authority, which tells you about the new exams which graduates will be able to take from 2021 in order to proceed to qualification as a solicitor. And that website gives you a lot of current and updated information. There's quite a lot of changes going on at the moment, so it's worth checking the SRA website if you want up-to-date information about the SQE Solicitors Qualifying Examination System.
Some of you might be thinking about qualifying as a barrister. So to do that, you may already know you need what's called an accredited law degree, which our University of Cumbria law degree is, also known as a qualifying law degree, and you need to get a classification at the end of 2.2 or above. So degrees are classified up to first being the highest, below that 2.1, below that 2.2, and so it should be within your grasp to get a 2.2 and then to move on to the next stage, which is the bar practice course, and that's a 1-year course if done full time. After that, you need to do what's called pupillage, which is on the job training for barristers, and you'll do that under the supervision of a more experienced barrister. If you're interested at all in qualifying as a barrister, the best thing to do is to go to the link on the slide there to the Bar Standards Board information, and that'll give you much more detail on how you go about qualifying as a barrister and how you might try and find some work experience, which is always useful, just to confirm that that's something that you would like to do.
Many of you might still be unsure about your career path at the moment, or you might have some ideas about other careers which are not necessarily within the legal profession. We absolutely welcome and encourage anyone who's interested in law as an academic subject, and it is a really interesting academic subject, as well as all our students who come to us already keen to pursue careers in the law. So don't worry if that's you. A law degree is a really interesting degree. It's a well-respected academic discipline, as well as being a subject which teaches you really useful skills, which will give you an advantage in other professions. You will learn how to think critically, how to problem solve and analyse problems on the basis of evidence and come up with good solutions. You'll develop writing skills of conciseness and precision in expression. You will learn to critically analyse subject matter, to think about the world around you, to be really questioning about how things work. Are they working well? Are they not working well? Why not? Make evidence-based assessments and think about how to come to solutions and change. And of course, in amongst all of that, you still gain a valuable depth and breadth of knowledge of the law and its effects, which is really useful. At the bottom of this slide, we give you a few examples of different careers that you might start thinking about or considering, for which the study of law will be very useful. So that's the end of our presentation today. Thanks very much for watching. If you're interested in studying law and maybe you'd like to have a look at some materials to prepare you for degree level study, we can supply you with some, so get in touch with us about that. Or if you're interested in studying law here at the University of Cumbria and would like some further information, please do email. Our email address there is up on the screen. It's law_team@cumbria.ac.uk. And we'll be very happy to have a chat with you, send you further information and tell you a little bit more about what we do here in the Law Department at the University of Cumbria. Bye for now.
Hello, my name is Kate Mukungu and I am a lecturer. Hello, my name is Kate Mukungu and I am a lecturer at University of Cumbria. It's my great pleasure to talk you through the criminology programs that we offer at University of Cumbria, which is the criminology degree, criminology with applied psychology degree, and criminology with forensic investigation degree. In addition to explaining these three programs to you, I'm also going to tell you about the integrated foundation year that we offer. And that foundation year is for those of you who don't yet meet the requirements to go directly onto the degree. There is an additional year of study that you can do to then progress onto the degree proper. As mentioned in my introduction, the degree programs we're talking about are criminology, or criminology with forensic investigation, or criminology with applied psychology. And in addition, for those of you who are looking at that option, the integrated foundation year, really for those of you who want to complete level 3 at university rather than at sixth form college. This first table looks at all the modules on offer in the first year of your degree programme. So if you find your chosen programme along the column on the left hand side and follow along the row, you will see the modules on offer. You'll notice that the first three modules are core to all three degree programmes, so you will learn together with students from those other programmes as well. Crime and Deviance is the introduction really to criminology theory, and you will build on that in future years. The second module, the full title, is the Introduction to the Criminal Justice System, really looking at the roles and function that the system fulfills in relation to perpetrators, victims of crime, and society in general. And Becoming a Criminologist looks at a lot of those practical careers. This table shows the modules that are delivered in all the criminology programs in second year, which we also refer to as level 5. So I'm going to speak about the three common modules first. So explaining crime very much takes and develops what you will have learned in first year in the crime and deviance module, where you deepen your criminology, your academic knowledge of criminology. And bringing offenders to justice. As this slide sets out the modules that you cover in the final year of the degree programme, I hope you're making the connections between what have been covered in first and second year and how we build on those towards the final year. Not only will you learn from a team that is academically strong, but many of us come from the types of services that you might want to work in future. So you get to benefit from that applied experience as well as from our academic insight. If there's one thing I hope you get from this presentation, in addition to getting to know your own programme better, is to get an understanding of how we teach. We strongly believe in having a wide range of assessment methods designed to get the best out of each and every one of our students. You will have a personal academic tutor from the teaching team who will meet with you throughout the year, so you'll have that support in addition to the support you have. Every year we organise a volunteering fair to allow you to connect with organisations in the area who can make use of your skills and give you really valuable experience. You'll see from this slide we have an excellent success record when it comes to students getting work.